A monk stands on one leg in the rain. 3 armed men rush him. 7 seconds later, all 3 are on the ground. He never moved his standing foot. This is Rooster style, and it's just one of the 12 animal methods that turned Shaolin monks into the deadliest fighters in China. Welcome to Martial Road, a journey through forgotten techniques, forbidden moves, and the untold power of martial arts. Henan Province, China. The Shaolin Temple. Temple guards stand on whetstone at dawn while caravan escorts tighten ropes outside the gate. Bandit raids are real, armor's light, alleys are narrow. Fights start at grabbing range and end in seconds. That is the world that shaped the Shaolin's animal methods. While Shaolin's classical 5 animals, tiger, crane, leopard, snake, and dragon, form the core of its animal methods, temple practitioners developed 7 more animal styles over centuries to address specific combat scenarios. Each animal solved a job. Break a guard, keep footing, shock at half distance, strip a weapon hand, hold a corridor, or flip momentum when you're low to the ground. Today, we're looking at all 12 deadly Shaolin animal fighting styles. For each style, you'll hear what it looks like, why temple guards trusted it, and a few sharp facts from the old times. Number 12. Rooster. Jiquan. Temple gatekeepers and palace attendants stood long hours on slick stone. When a rush came, they needed balance first. Rooster training built that habit. You post on one leg, guard the knee with the other, and peck with short, fast shots to the face and throat. The single leg post is a trap. It baits the charge, then shifts offline as your knee shields their entry. A quick ankle tap or heel pick steals their base. Hands stay high and busy so the eyes flinch and the feet tangle. Old courtyard drills put students on narrow beams or stone posts to harden balance under pressure. In a tight gate, that mattered. One clean post, one peck, one step to the side, and the man is on the floor while you are still upright. The style looks slight, but it ends forward momentum fast, which is exactly what a guard on polished flagstones needed. Number 11. White Ape. Tongbei flavor. Northern lay disciples and militia drilled outside city walls in Hebei and Shandong, where the ground was open and wind cut through the trees. Long arms and whipping power kept knives far away. Tongbei means power that travels through the back. Shoulders, ribs, and scapula all load and release like a whip. You crash the outside of the forearm, then drop a chopping hand across the neck or ribs from just beyond his reach. The step is simple: angle, plant, and let the back drive the strike. Tree wrapping and rope pulling were common strength drills to build that snap without bulking up the arms. Against a blade rush, the first hit lands on the weapon arm to bend it. The second lands on the head or collarbone before he can reset. On open ground by a gatehouse, that range advantage let one escort keep 2 men from closing at once. Long strikes, short recoveries, constant angle changes. Number 10. Scorpion. Xie. Gate drills taught guards to hit where eyes weren't watching. Hands draw the stare, hips hide the shot. Scorpion uses short turns to set the rear heel like a sting. A quick hip fold and the back foot whips the heel into kidneys, thigh, or floating ribs. Miss the high line, and you still crush the leg that carries weight. Follow with a spin back kick or low sweep, and the man folds before he understands what landed. The useful version isn't acrobatics, it's compact. The support foot pivots only as much as the floor allows. The torso stays tall so you don't slip on stone. You train hamstrings, hips, and lower back so the heel hits like a hammer without a run-up. Doorway tests made sense here. One step, turn, heel, and reset into a shove. In the temple side halls, that bought space to move a dignitary through a choke point without a wrestling match. Number 9. Dog boxing. Guoquan. Southern docks and wet alleys taught a hard lesson. You might fall or be driven to your knees, and the planks won't give you traction. Dog boxing answers that spot. It fights from kneeling, squatting, and side sitting. Calf hooks, ankle picks, and low heel kicks cut the legs out while your free hand attacks groin or midline. The goal is quick collapse and a fast stand-up, not a long ride on the ground. Drills teach knee slides to change angle without standing. The hips bump the shin. The hand traps the ankle. The other leg scissors the base and turns the body so it spills. Boat crews liked it because it worked on slippery boards with cargo around your knees. Escorts liked it because you could topple a man between baskets or benches and be on your feet again before his partner arrived. It looks awkward until you try it on tile or rain-soaked stone and feel how fast gravity helps you. Number 8. Monkey. Ho Quan. Courtyard runners and market guards had to move through crowds and around long weapons. The answer was level change and misdirection. Monkey drops under the eyeline, scoots, and springs from odd angles. A hand touches the thigh or belt as a fake. The head tilts as if off balance, and then the hit pops from a crouch into the jaw or ribs. Feints draw the grab, traps peel the fingers. A quick pivot cuts behind the shoulder, and your forearm shoves at the hip so the person stumbles into a stall or wall. The play in the rhythm hides the intent. It isn't clowning, it's cover. Older training used low squats, frog jumps, and hand-assisted runs to make knees and hips fast from the floor. In a packed yard, that one chases and broke ambushes. When a spear point came high, Monkey went low, hit the shin, and was gone before the second swing. Number 7. Praying Mantis. Tang Lang. Shandong fairs and challenge matches put big wrestlers and heavy punchers on the platform. Mantis was the counter. Though Praying Mantis is not originally a Shaolin Temple style, it was created by Wang Lang in Shandong. It was later incorporated into Shaolin curricula due to its effectiveness against larger opponents. Hands work like traps. A small hook snags the wrist. A short circle folds the elbow. A pluck snaps the arm off its line and feeds the face into a quick punch or elbow. The chain continues until posture breaks. The footwork is tight so you don't overstep and get thrown. Students memorize simple patterns of hook, control, and strike, so there's no pause between beats. Old sayings talk about borrowing from many families. That shows up in the toolkit: fast back knuckles, sharp elbows, and quick shin bumps. Guards valued it at gatehouses because it beat heavy swings without standing still. 2 steps, and the fist that looked scary is now a handle. The next strike lands as the weight shifts, which feels like you got hit twice at once. Bigger frames hate that feeling. Number 6. Eagle Claw. Ying Chao. Temple arrest work and caravan escort duty favored fast control of hands and elbows. Eagle Claw trains the tendons of the forearm to bite and hold. The entry rakes across the top of the wrist so the fingers open. The next grab clamps the flexors near the elbow and turns the arm into a lever. From there, you wrench the joint or walk the person into a wall. The face rake is a posture breaker, not a finish. The system is known for 108 seizing methods in its curriculum, which tells you how deep the joint work goes. Training includes fingertip conditioning and forearm grip drills on sandbags or cloth bundles. In a real escort job, the aim was simple: strip the blade, fold the body, and keep moving the client. You didn't need a throw if the hand was dead and the shoulder was pinned to a pillar. One good catch and a lot of bad choices. Number 5. Dragon. Long Quan. Temple walls and county offices had corridors that were too narrow to circle. Dragon teaches how to win the center line and pour the other body off it. The step crosses and turns so your chest owns the space in front of you. A rising palm bumps the chin or chest. The shoulder turns, the hips twist, and the stance under the other man unseats. The finish is a shove into a wall, a sweep that sends him across the threshold, or a palm that keeps him sliding while you hold the middle. Breathing and a light spine coil help the turn land without needing huge arms. Guards drill this between pillars so they learn to move around a post without giving up the center. Against 2 people in a hall, the cross and turn keeps one in the way of the other. It looks like simple pushing. Done right, it feels like the floor left and you had no say. Number 4. Snake. Shiquan. Storerooms, stairs, and cramped corners bring blades close. Snake answers with straight lines and joint steals. Fingertips and narrow knuckles probe the throat line, the soft tissue under the jaw, and the carotid triangle. The entry rides the weapon arm with the back of the forearm so the edge doesn't catch skin. The other hand peels the wrist and feeds the elbow into a lock against a wall or rail. Relaxed arms help here. Tension makes you slow. Breath stays smooth so the fingers don't shake. The goal is a quick shock to vision or air, then a take that ends the grip. Old teachers like to map empty hand-to-knife paths so students learn angles that made sense whether they had a tool or not. On stairs, snake beats wrestling. A small throat tap takes attention. The joint goes slack, the body turns into the step, and the fight ends without a loud throw. Number 3. Leopard. Biao Quan. Gatehouse counters happen at half distance. There's no time for big swings. Leopard builds from short hips and a tight fist. The knuckles push forward, making a hard ridge that fits the gap between ribs or the hinge of the jaw. Spring steps load the legs. The hip snaps. The strike lands before the other foot finishes its step. Follow with a back knuckle cut that shaves across the cheekbone or a hook to the liver line. Knuckle conditioning and short focus pads were common, so the hand could survive repeated rib work. In a doorway, Leopard fed right into a step-off, hit the spleen line, slide outside the shoulder, and the second man runs out of room behind his partner. The power feels unfair because the punch looks small. The effect is big because the whole body arrives in one beat. That is why escorts valued it when space was tight and time short. Number 2. Crane. He Quan. Fujian contacts brought a method that earned its place on wet stone. Crane keeps balance on one leg, uses the forearms as light wings to brush heavy blows aside, and pecks with sharp shots to throat, eyes, and the soft parts of the jaw. The standing leg becomes a post. The free knee shields the midline or checks the hip of a rushing body. Elbows act like stop signs. They meet the shoulder or chest and halt the drive without tearing your own stance. Breath is shaped by the ribs. It tightens the body at impact and relaxes between beats so you don't gas out holding static tension. Guards on narrow walkways needed that timing. One leg planted, one leg ready, hands soft until the last inch. The man who overcommits slips or eats a beat to the throat. The one who waits gets turned and finds there is no room to square up again. Number 1. Tiger. Hu Quan. Road escorts facing padded coats and light armor needed a way to break a guard and end vision. Tiger starts with a bridge. Forearms smash into the other man's arms to open a path. The shoulder checks the chest to break stance. The claw rakes eyes, nose, and collar seams. Fingers spread wide, then clamp, so cloth and skin move together. Low-rooted steps keep your base while you tear posture high. Conditioning is plain. Grip heavy jars, crush sandbags, rake thick leather. The body learns to hold and rip without losing the wrist. Against a jacket or lamellar vest, the claw digs where plates don't cover. It yanks collars sideways so the head turns and the back of the neck shows. From there, a short elbow or palm ends the question. In a road fight, the clarity saves lives. No pretty shapes, just a crash, a rip, and enough time to move the client out of the gap. These styles were answers to real problems. Tiger cracked armor and heavy coats. Crane kept footing and ended charges on slick stone. Leopard shocked bodies and doorways. Snake and Eagle took weapon hands apart before blades moved. Dragon owned the middle of the corridor. Monkey, Dog, Scorpion, and Rooster turned height, balance, and surprise into quick finishes that worked on bad ground. On Marshall Road, we follow those shadows. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and see where they lead.